Hello again, I'm Ivan Michel, the gum guy. So it turned out that the pro-amalgam forces through this American Dental Association were so strong internationally, and that as a result, anybody who said something negative about amalgam was deplatformed, as it is called nowadays, and was in some way or another silenced. As a result, although it was known how toxic this was, when I studied dentistry, we were sitting with about 40 some students in one room. This was before we were working in the clinic. This was in the lab, and we had to learn how to mix amalgam manually. So in fact, we had to mix a few droplets of mercury and then some silver powder, and then we had to, then that was quite like a wet substance. Then we had to squeeze it through some leather so that the residue of excessive mercury would come out in some very tiny droplets. Can you imagine, in one room with not specifically special ventilation, 40 people are putting droplets of mercury on the floor, and this has been going on for years, year after year. So that definitely this room must have been extremely toxic with mercury vapors, but nobody told us about it. There was just one thing. Our professor, the first year when we started in dental school, our professor told us, I hope you realize that dentistry is a dangerous profession. He said, because the life expectancy of dentists is only 52 years, which it was apparently at the time. There are a lot of suicides, there are a lot of divorces and a lot of other problems. And then, it turned out this can be brought back to mercury intoxication to a great extent. But that, we were not told. Later on, fortunately, after using this mercury for about 3 years or 4 years, I had a subscription to a German dental magazine. In that magazine, there was an article that explained that they had been measuring the mercury vapors in dental offices. About 100 dental offices, I think they measured the mercury vapors. And they came to the conclusion that in every single office, the mercury vapors concentrations were too high, and it was dangerously toxic. So the conclusion of the article was you have to ventilate your office very good. After reading this article, I thought, if this thing is so toxic, why on earth use it? So I immediately stopped using the amalgam and started using composites for all the fillings. And it turned out that I had chosen a very good filling material, white composite filling material at the time, because even to this day, even recently, I saw one of my patients that I had done one of these fillings in the year 1979, 1980, 1981. That was the period where I used this specific filling material. So that's now 40 years ago. So and some of these fillings still survive. So that was kind of an incredible finding at the time. And it was very good to stop using this. But what I did not know at the time, and it took me another 5 years or so to find out about that since thousands of people, at the time nearly everybody had amalgam fillings, and if somebody broke or if there was a new decay around the filling or something, this old filling had to be removed, and we had to drill it out. Now, if you drill or polish, for that matter, the amalgam filling, in fact, it releases enormous amounts of mercury vapors. This is something that I didn't know about at the time. So it requires very special attention, special suction, special drill, etc., to remove it in a safe way. And so even to the point that nowadays I decided, not to remove amalgam fillings any longer, because the one who's exposed every time is is the dentist and well, the patient, you know, just once, and the dentist, if he does it on a regular basis every day. So it's better not to do this kind of thing, although, you know, it's good for the patient, but it's extremely dangerous for the dentist. Unless you go into overdrive and start, you know, wearing something like a spacesuit or something to avoid inhaling the mercury vapors. Okay, that was the amalgam story. Maybe something else to tell about it, but I think in my next video I'll come to a different topic. Thank you and see you soon. Bye.